This is a wing for a 1946 Commonwealth Skyranger. We are restoring this airplane for a gentleman that is a software engineer at Google. Right now we're doing the final preparations on this wing before we cover it. We tape all the sharp edges to prevent the fabric from chafing on anything sharp, any radius. This is a fuel tank bay. This is where the fuel for the engine is stored in the wings. It will be covered with an aluminum cover that's screwed down around the perimeter. These are braided aircraft control cables that control the aileron bell crank. They're run through a series of pulleys in the aircraft, and then they go out to the bell crank, which is located right here, and then it has a push-pull rod that goes to the bell crank on the aileron and actuates the aileron. So all the hardware here is new except for the steel that you see, the green steel, and these wires here. These are referred to as drag and anti-drag wires. They prevent the wing from moving back or forward. They just stiffen it. So that's what those are there for. And this is all, like I said, all new construction, and we're just in the final phase of preparation before we put the fabric on it. And if we go right over here, we have the fabric envelope is what this is referred to as, and this is Seconite fabric. And what we do is it's sewn together, several pieces of fabric that are sewn together, and then we place it over the wing, and then we glue it in place. And after it's all glued in place and we let the glue cure, we go ahead and we shrink the fabric with an iron at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, and that makes the fabric tight. After we're done gluing and shrinking the fabric, then we go ahead and we put nitrocellulose dope on the fabric, and that seals the weave of the fabric, so now it's not perforated anymore. Like it's just totally sealed. It encapsulates the weave of the fabric. After we do that, we put reinforcing tapes on all the ribs above the fabric, and then we rib lace the fabric. I'll show you what rib lacing is and reinforcing tape is on this aileron here that is already covered for this wing. If you look here, this is the reinforcing tape. It's made of the same material that the fabric is. It's Dacron Seconite cloth. And then this is wax rib lacing cord, and it's flat. So we do a 2-inch space on all these ribs, and we use a special knot. We do the knot from this side, which is the bottom side. And so you start at the leading edge here, and you start here, and then you go back to the next hole, back to the next hole, back to the next hole, and so it's one continuous piece of thread from here to here. And so the lacing goes down through the rib, all the way around the rib, the special knot here, and then on to the next one. And so that prevents the fabric from lifting off of the structure of the wing, being the ribs, when the wing is traveling through the air. The top of a wing is a low pressure area. It's like a vacuum. And so if you didn't have the rib lacing, the fabric would actually come off of the wing and severely change the shape of the wing. So you have to have the fabric fastened to the ribs to make the airfoil work. So